And it's an obvious suggestion that we now call on Joanna Norris, who's the editor for the Christchurch Press. I'm sure you'll feel that very well.
I will indeed. Well, that's a lovely segue into exactly what I wanted to talk about, so thank you, Peter. Well, Morena, good morning. It's a real pleasure to be here in front of you all, and it's wonderful to follow such high-calibre speakers. I'm also aware that I'm the only thing between you and a cup of tea, so I'll try and make this short and sharp. I'm going to start with a question for you all. What is the guiding vision for this city? If I asked you to take out the little notepads in front of you now and to write it down, what would you write? As we've heard from the previous speakers, and Roger's given us some great numbers today, this city and region has already achieved so much. The demolition phase is largely behind us. We know that now. I'm fortunate our buildings are here in the central city and we're no longer hearing the crash and smash of metal against buildings. Construction activity is already taking place, and this is providing, of course, as we know, a tremendous economic stimulus for the nation. Thousands of homes have been repaired and dozens of large-scale commercial projects are already underway. So that's the good news. But we also know, as Peter mentioned, there's a lot more to come, a great deal more work to be done. Excuse me, and we're going to start coming up against some of those cascading constraints that he referred to. So with just 2 years left to run under the Canterbury Recovery Act, we are in the midst of recovery, or in keeping with the theme of this conference, momentum is underway. But do we know where we are headed? And does it matter? When the special powers designated under the SEAR Act expire in April 2016, are we confident the city will have not only recovered, but it will be thriving? Or are we simply replacing the city with a motley collection of modest ambitions? I think it's now time for us to think much more clearly about what Christchurch and Canterbury wants and to set a clear vision and a clear strategy. Will we be a city that can retain and attract highly skilled and productive workforce? A city that can support innovative industry? A city that will be a great place to live in, to be young in, to raise a family in, and to grow old in? What should be regulated and what should be left to chance? I think to begin to answer these questions, it's critical that we have a vision and that we share that vision as a community. We need to know where we're going and we want to go there. This vision needs to be more than just a snappy slogan. It needs to be a clear statement of Canterbury's place in the world. It needs to give hope and direction for all of us who are here now, and also attract new, energetic people who want to join us on this journey from recovery, through resilience, through rejuvenation, and to a better city. Before I came here today, I spent a great deal of time reading or rereading some of the guiding documents that we have at our disposal to try and understand where we are heading. We've got the SEAR Act, we've got the CCDU blueprint, the city plan, the draft district plan, among others. And they're all useful starting points. Now, they amounted to thousands of pages, so I've only got 8 minutes up here, so I'm going to just give you a few summaries. And here's one I found particularly helpful. I'll read it to you. For the first time in our history, we have a shared vision to be the world's most livable city. A single plan to deliver this vision for all of the region and its people. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? The world's most livable city. What a great ambition. Unfortunately, that is the first sentence from the Auckland plan. It was a plan released last year. So, have we got that same vision, that same guiding principle for Canterbury? Well, let's look at our own plans. Each of those documents has great value and a broad range of worthy aspirations. The CCDU's blueprint, which guides, of course, just the central city, says, the vision is for Central Christchurch to become a thriving heart of an international city. It's pretty good. So then I turned to the City Council's district plan review, which was released in February this year. It took some perseverance and some page turning before I found what I was looking for. Chapter 3, Strategic Directions. I waded through a few more paragraphs to get to 3.3, which had the heading Long-Term Vision for the District. And this was followed by the following statement. The long-term vision for Greater Christchurch is set out in the Greater Christchurch Urban Development Strategy and Action Plan of 2007. Okay, so I went to that. What did that say? It says that by 2041, Greater Christchurch has a vibrant inner city and suburban centres surrounded by thriving rural communities and towns connected by efficient and sustainable infrastructure. Again, pretty good stuff. But then came the gold. This is what I was really looking for, the council's vision. This is what it says. The council's vision for Christchurch is ... brackets, note. This vision is being developed and will be inserted prior to notification. Heck, what am I going to talk about? So there we have it, watch this space. 3 years post-quake and the new council has inherited a situation where the vision is not yet there. But am I being unfair? We've heard Leanne talk about resilience today. We've heard the energy that this new council is putting into developing plans and a direction for this city. I should also note that there are community outcomes in the 3-year plan that was published last year, and these include things like livability, good transport, and well-developed urban areas. The CDC's also done some great work, and in its economic development strategy, it talks about making Christchurch a great place to live, work and study. But can we, the challenge for us all, and the challenge for the city in particular, is like Auckland, nail down a single shared vision that guides the work of all authorities in this district and is clearly understood by the people of the city. Mayor Leanne Dalzell has done some excellent work in establishing us as a resilient city, and we are recognised internationally for that. Minister Jerry Brownlee has called for a sporting city. We talk about in our transport plan an accessible city. Roger Dennis calls for a sensing city, a city that is so connected via sensors that we can actually form policy in real time. Leanne today talked about shifting the locus of the council. She talked about collaboration and joint procurement. There's some tremendous energy and ideas happening in this city, but now we must combine all of those ambitions and collective aims and those that came to us through Share an Idea with a simple, bold and defining vision. A new, small city cool that makes the most of what we have here in our unique, stunning South Island location. We need to exploit the lifestyle advantages we have and place wellbeing, adventure, innovation and the resultant productivity above all else. Christchurch, we know, can be a place where the living is so good and the people love life. I believe that our living and our lifestyle city can combine a unique brand of work-life balance into a city that is easy to get around, that prioritises cycling, walking and easy public transport, encourages innovation through top-quality tertiary education and high-tech infrastructure, prioritises sustainable business and communities through mixed-use urban planning, makes it easier for our visitors and for new migrants to come and to stay, looks after its most vulnerable and ensures housing and recreational facilities and public spaces are accessible to all, has high-quality sporting, cultural and educational facilities, and is connected to our rich hinterland and supports a sustainable rural sector. We have a nearly blank slate. We have an enviable physical connection to the mountains and the sea. Our building blocks are there. We have an adventurous and pioneering style and history that has characterised the people of this land for a long time, many of whom choose to live here because the living is just so good. The people of Canterbury have launched adventurous assaults on the Antarctic and on the world's highest mountains from here. Cantabrians have pioneered industry and social change. Now we are laying the foundations for a new city and a new region through the blueprint, through the land use recovery plan, through the district plan and the annual plans formed by each council, as well as the long-term community plan that is being worked on. But let's now take stock and make sure that we are all heading in the same direction. Christchurch is already a living and livable city. Let's grow the confidence to etch that into our identity, to shout it to the world. Let's not let Auckland have a better vision than us. That's not right. Let's decide who we are and let's build a city worthy of that title. And then, when people ask us, why do you live in Christchurch? Why do you live in Canterbury? We will reply, because we love life and we love living in our lifestyle city. Thank you.